Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Lisa's Love and Light. Thank you all for being today. I really appreciate you. I appreciate all the support. I appreciate receiving comments about how these videos are helping you. Thank you so much, everyone. Um, I'm glad that these messages are resonating with you and helping you. It is so important, especially in a world that we live in today with all the stress and negativity that's taking place. It's so important because everything that seems to be around us in this world today is on many people on a hate train, drama, gossip, lies, toxicity. Everything that we're trying to heal from, right, guys? It seems like it's all around us in this world today. And it's important that we don't take in this toxicity. It's like drinking poison and thinking that we're going to be okay. So that's the metaphor I'm using today. Taking in too much toxicity is like taking in poison and thinking that we're going to be okay. Um, let's find ways to set boundaries and to continue to heal. And that's what I talk about on this channel. And I use myself as an example of everything that I've gone through and how I've been healing. And I use metaphors, illustrations. What I don't do is ever give specific locations, names of individuals or organizations or anything. I will describe them and how it affected me, but I would never use specifics like that. Remember, this is YouTube. Also, it's not about the specifics, it's about helping people to grow, heal, because some of these things I talk about might resonate with many of you because maybe you're currently going through it or you already went through it, or you may need direction. And just hearing someone else experience on the same situation may help you to get through it yourself. So let's get into this topic of discussion today. I hope everyone is having a good day. Monday, it's warmer out, no snow, thank God. Um, and let's do this, guys. The topic of discussion today is trust your intuition. It will never fail you. Yes, trust. I have some notes again. If I don't take notes, I'll forget things. And then when I leave later, I'll be like, oh, wow, I forgot to say that. So I just have little, like an outline. But I'm really talking from within. So, your intuition will never ever fail you, guys. We have it, whether you're a guy or a woman, male or female, we all have intuition. And sometimes it's strong and it tells us when something is wrong, and we need to listen to that because it's a warning that, hey, something's not right here, And I know for myself, many times when I didn't listen to my intuition, things didn't go right. But have you guys ever been in a situation where you just had a sick feeling about a circumstance or about a person? And each time that you encounter that circumstance or that person or situation or whatever it is, that you just felt a sick feeling in your stomach, like a gut feeling that something's not right here. Well, let me tell you what that is. That's your intuition talking to you. It's telling you that something is wrong. Beware. It's a red flag somewhere. You may not know the specific of what that red flag is, but you know definitely that there's a red flag here and you need to back up. It's like driving down a road that you used to going down, right? And all of a sudden you're driving down this road and you get to the like end of the street where you want to make a right turn or left, and you can't make that turn. There's a street over here to the left that you have to turn because there's a detour sign that says you can't go through there. Now, if you just said, I don't care about the detour sign, I'm going to go that way anyway, then you're creating a situation of danger for yourself because maybe there's like the street is cut up and there's no support, and you can damage your car, damage yourself, or whatever. This is like our intuition. When we don't listen to it, we don't pay attention, and we just say, well, I'm going to move forward anyway, regardless of this feeling I'm getting. And 9 times out of 10, something will happen that we least expect. And then we go back and say, damn, I should have listened to my intuition, because I would have never gotten into this situation. And I used to do that a lot. My intuition would be telling me, and it would be like louder than a siren. And then in the past, I would just say, well, whether it was a person or situation that I really wanted to be connected to, in the past, I would just ignore the intuition, and then something really not so good would happen. And then I would just feel bad that I didn't listen to my intuition. Have you guys ever been in a situation like that? If you have, you know what that feels like. Absolutely. Listen to your intuition and that feeling, because it be telling you that something is seriously wrong here, even though you don't know what it is and you don't have the details, but something is quite not right here. This is why I learned to listen to my in and back up, so that I could see what's going on here. I may not see it the same day or situation, but back this up, because something's not right. And let me take a look at this. And male or female, like I said, we both have intuition. Listen to that, because it's trying to guide you and tell you something, protect you in many cases. Like I said, in this title, your intuition will never fail you. It will always lead you away from something that's not good for you, something that's not for your highest good. Let me use an example. Let's say somebody contact you on the phone. I see this a lot, this example that I'm about to use, with older people, but it can happen to younger people too. Someone contacts you on the phone and tell you you won something, and they keep going, and they want to go over the details of what you won, what you got to do, and let me get your credit card information so that I can send you what you won. Now, as that person starts to talk more and more, your intuition is telling you something's not right with this. How have I won something when I didn't even participate in whatever this is? Oh, we drew your name out of a contest, or whatever it is that they might be saying to you. But that intuition feeling, that sick feeling that you get that something's not right here, grows stronger and stronger as that person continue to talk about what you so-called won, right? And then you start to realize, hey, this is not right. This is some kind of scam of some sort. When you get that feeling, hang up, people. Disconnect. A lot of people, I was watching a movie not too long ago where a woman lost her whole life saving. It was a movie. But these movies are based on stuff that really happens in real life. I don't think this particular movie was a true story, but it's based on things that happen to people in real life. And she had retired, had a nice savings and money and all that stuff, beautiful house. She gets this call because something happens to her computer, her laptop, right? And then in order to get it back on, these people who've run in a scam told her she, pay this, let's say $50, 100, whatever it was. And then we'll make sure your computer's up and running. When they were the ones who disconnected it, right? She did this, and they took her whole life savings. I think it was $300,000. And in the movie, she committed suicide, because it was everything that she worked hard for. But that's not what I want to emphasize here. What I want to emphasize is her intuition, because before she made the decision to give her bank information, her intuition, she started to twist up and everything, because her intuition was telling her something's not right here. But she wanted this to be true. And so she went ahead and gave her information. But when your intuition is telling you something's not right, listen to that, people, because it's not leading you in a wrong direction. Actually, it's protecting you for something, that you can't see. But these scams are real, and situations, I'm just using that as a metaphor of our intuition and how it works. Because when you get that sick feeling that something's not right, pay attention to that, even though you may not have all the details of the situation, because it's leading you away from that. It's telling you danger here. You may um although the caller might sound like, oh yeah, this is legit or whatever, just disconnect. I've had situations like that. I disconnect from it. I get emails with stuff. What I do, 9 times out of 10, I just don't answer them. I read them, delete, and etc. because I've learned those lessons. Because in the past I have been scammed, years ago, because of not listening to my intuition. So this is why I talk the way I do about a lot of things, people, a lot of lessons that I had to learn. It took a long time to learn them, but as I learned them, I share these things with you because I might be helping to save somebody here. Never give anybody your personal information. Anybody calling you over the phone and said, well, you need your credit card or bank card because you didn't pay this bill or whatever, hang up, disconnect. And 9 times out of 10, call that company. Let's say it's a utility company and you haven't paid that bill yet. Let's say you say, I'm going to pay it next week, right? And someone calls you and say, well, you need to pay it now because we're going to disconnect services. So we'll take that payment over the phone and let me give you my information. Give us your information so you can make that payment. Never do that. Hang up and disconnect from that, because that's how scams happen. That's how people lose things, lose their money, lose everything they work hard for. So when your intuition will kick in, listen to that. Never give your personal information because, like I said, 9 times out of 10, these are scams. As you start to do the work to heal, guys, to heal every aspect of your life, and you meditate, your intuition will increase. It will save you from a lot of things. And I'm talking from experience. My intuition has saved me several times from making bad decisions that would have kept me stuck in toxicity. I mean, real toxic situations. No matter what it is, whether it was a circumstance, a person, or whatever, I listen to my intuition now. Back it up some. Let me see what's going on here. You know, Healing brings clarity. When you continue to stay on a path to heal, it brings clarity and it heightens your intuition so that you can see things um, for what they are and not what you want them to be. Also, when lessons are learned, we start seeing, like I said, people and situations as they are and not what we want it to be. We're not going to look at a duck and call it a dog and so forth. We're going to see it for what it is. When we learn lessons, then and we start to do the work to heal, and we start to feel that inner peace, that self love, and then we start to self care, we start to set boundaries because now when we start to feel that way, we set boundaries so that we can take in less toxicity, minimize the toxicity. Because the more toxicity we take, is like taking poison and thinking nothing's going to happen. Um, we start to pull back, and make better decisions, set boundaries so that we can stay in a place of healing and reserve our energy from toxicity, toxic people and situations. Because as you start to do the work, excuse me, sometimes what happen, and you start to feel better, that toxic situation or person will try to creep back in. So set these boundaries, because boundaries will continue to help you to stay on the path to heal. And I'm talking from experience. Continue to move forward and never, ever allow anyone or anything to stop your progress. Sometimes people will say negative things to try to lower your self esteem or make you feel bad for taking care of yourself, for being on this path to heal. And you start to see the results of it. Oh, girl, blah, blah, blah. They'll throw something toxic in there. This is why I say set boundaries. So, because our mental and physical health will suffer greatly from toxic situations if we don't heal it. And we must make that a priority, because without our physical and mental health, we can't help ourselves. We can't help anything else around us. That is a priority, and it is a must for our self preservation. It doesn't mean that we think we're better than anyone else. No, our mental and physical health, again, people, is for our self preservation. Without that, we can't do anything to help ourselves or anyone else. Um, also, healing will bring, as you start to heal and feel better and do better, healing will bring the right people and circumstances into your life. Because don't feel too bad if you have to close doors from the past because people refuse to give up their toxic ways and they want to keep infringing on you and bringing this toxicity to your front door. And sometimes, if the boundaries are not working, sometimes we have to shut those doors, padlock them, so that we can stay in a place of healing our mental and physical health from the pain, the grief, and the trauma that we've felt from all these things. Otherwise, we can easily fall back into that place of toxicity. So sometimes when people want to, jump and skip and hop over those boundaries that we set, we have to reiterate them. And if they keep doing it, sometimes we have to just close the door to that. And I promise you, as you do that and you move forward on your healing journey, you're going to open up new doors, better doors with people who really care about you and respect you. And people are going to put some respect on your name, treat you the way that you need to be treated. Do unto others as you want done to you. They're going to treat you with the respect you deserve. And you're going to be happy that you started to do this work, even though it's hard, it's painful, and it's challenging, and it's not easy, but it's worth it at the end, because you're going to be in a better place. And I promise you that, because I'm talking from experience. None of this was easy. And I didn't have the support. The only support I had was God. And I won't say it like that, but I'm saying in a physical. I had mental, how do I say that? The therapy, grief therapy. Sorry, guys, I got twisted up for a minute. Grief therapy, which helped me to move forward. Because if you keep that pain suppressed down in you, you can't heal because it's stuck there. You have to let it out, and it is painful, but once you release it, you feel better. And when you feel better, you do better. When you do better, you're going to self-care. You start to love yourself and know you're worth it. And then you start to understand what's for your highest good and what's not for your highest good. I promise you that. Um, so let's continue to stay on this path, no matter how difficult it is, and find ways that you can minimize the toxicity around you. It's around us every day. Even as soon as you open up your door and step outside, it's around you. But you don't have to take it in. You don't have to drink that poison, as I use the metaphor to describe that. Like I said something not too long ago. When my father was alive, he used to watch the news like 3 or 4 times a day. And I used to say, Dad, what are you doing? You taking in, even back then before I start the hill, you taking in all this. There's rarely anything positive here. And then I would say, why are you watching the 6 o'clock news? Because I may have missed something that happened between 5 and 6. And I'm like, oh my God, this is like ridiculous. I always thought that, and we will always have those conversations. But for me, I only take in 5 minutes of what I need to hear, and I shut it off. I have some music going, like I have in a background as I'm speaking to you guys, or I do something uplifting, an uplifting video, or I may challenge myself to some word stuff like puzzles and things like that to keep me mentally, in a good space. Do things that's going to uplift you. Because, like I said, there's too much toxicity around us today in this world. And it seems to be getting worse and worse. And the more you keep yourself away from it, and the more that you work on your physical and mental healing, the more you're going to get through these difficult times. I promise you that. Um, so let's continue to turn this pain that we feel into power into a purpose, purpose into paying it forward, people, so that we can help ourselves and help other people so that they can move forward. You know, that's the key factor here. Let us be at a place of peace instead of broken down into pieces. That's the message today. Please invite others to this channel. We're here to uplift, never to tear down, so that people can move forward instead of staying stuck and stagnated in pain and grief. Thank you guys for being here. This is Lisa, shedding love and light always, and I'll be back sometime tomorrow. So subscribe to the channel so you know when I'm here so that you can join me, or you can listen later on. Thank you all again. Have a good Monday. Bye for now.